So chess has impacted my life, quite drastically. It pretty much changed my life. It's kind of shaped the direction of my life. I walked into chess. I've been playing since I was 5 years old, so almost 15 years now. The way I kind of came into the game, I was 5 years old, kindergartner, ended up stumbling into a chess room. Imagine a hallway in an elementary school, after school programs in different classrooms. I was on my way to gymnastics or tumbling. I was a super energetic kid, borderline ADHD, ADD, all of the different titles that they wanted to put on me. But I just knew, my parents knew I was a good kid, and I just needed some direction, some kind of guidance, somewhere to release all of this, built up energy so that it didn't affect my behavior in my school and academics. So I ended up, walking down. The gymnastics room was at the end of the hallway, but the first room to the left side, I remember it like it was yesterday, was a room of, kids, my age playing chess, or, to me it just looked like a board game. So, that kind of grasped my attention, and I took my whole focus from tumbling and gymnastics and stumbled in that chess room, and that day changed the rest of my life. So when I walked in that room, just watching and seeing how, these boys and girls were, my age, were able to sit down and focus in on this, this board game and use their intellect and their mind to compete. It was something I've never seen before, because, where I'm from in Detroit, football, basketball, things of that nature are the popular track for a lot of youth. So that's what I thought, that I always had to do something physical, something, in the sports manner. But this was the first time I saw some people that looked like me and who were similar, had similar stories of mine, be able to compete in something that was, a little different. And that was something I think that really started my life direction and my focus of, being who I am and being different as, an individual, and not just going with the crowd because that's what society wants. So from there, that day on, I learned the game of chess at 5 years old, learned for about a year, and then when I was in the first grade, I started competing. We formed a team at my school. That was my first time really traveling across the country, being able to compete. I competed in chess from first grade all the way until my senior year of high school. It took me all over the country, being able to, my first interactions with people of other races. Coming from a city like Detroit, it's the largest predominantly black city in America. So those first 5-6 years, all I seen was black people, and I didn't know, other people existed really. So my first time interacting with white peers, Asian peers, Indian peers, people of those different ethnicities was when, I was able to play and compete in chess. And, that really shaped the direction of how I, interact, and the empathy that I have towards other people, and learning how to deal, and just understanding people really. It helped in that manner. And then, the experience of, competing, the intellectual components that went into the game of chess really transferred in the classroom. It allowed me to excel in, reading, math, and science, because I had to think, I had to be analytical, because of what chess put in me. As well as, I'll say for chess, it opened my eyes to there's more in the world, in the country, than just the city of Detroit, the neighborhood that I grew up in. My first time coming to Atlanta here was actually that first year I started competing in chess. In the first grade, we went to nationals here in Atlanta, Georgia, and it's I think that might have been my first time on a plane, and first time just seeing different things, going to the Martin Luther King National Park and different museums, Coca-Cola World, Georgia. Having these trips, allow me to see more of life than just going for chess. I went for chess, got to visit Morehouse College for the first time, which I'm currently a student at. I got to go to these different zoos and, these different fun things as a kid. So it really opened the door of, the possibilities and the opportunities that this world has to offer. And, that's really the main thing that chess has done for me so far.